So I've been trying to figure out what it is that is keeping me from reading and making videos. And then I thought about it. Hamilton and Netflix. What's up, guys? So today I figured I would go through a list of the authors that I haven't read that I really want to read. Now, obviously there are a lot of authors out there that I probably should read that I haven't yet, but these are the ones that I want to the most. So let's get started. The first author that I have is probably the one that I've been wanting to read for the longest time, and that is Michael Grant, author of the Gone series. He is also the author of the Berserk series, and I've wanted to read him ever since I started BookTube. He writes the Gone series, which is what he's best known for. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know I've been collecting the Gone series since I started BookTube, and it just sounds really, really intriguing, and from what I've heard, he's just a really, really good author. But I've also heard that his books are extremely brutal, and he will kill off your favorite characters, which makes me nervous, but it makes me excited because I love not knowing who's gonna die, because it adds a lot of tension to the book, and I think that's really fun. So I definitely want to start reading Michael Grant pretty soon. The next author that I have is the author of a lot of books, and that is Brandon Sanderson, author of most notably the Mistborn series and the Wax and Wayne series, but also he's written books like The Arithmetist, which I believe is kind of a middle grade fantasy book, but he also has a superhero trilogy called the Reckoners trilogy, and the first book in that is Steelheart, and I actually have that in ebook form, and this is the only book of his that I have in physical form. He also writes the Stormlight Archive, which is going to be a 10-book series by the time it's done, and he treats each book in that series as a trilogy. As of right now, there are only 2 books in the series out, and each of them are over 1,000 pages long. I just think that's really cool, but I'm super intimidated by that series. One of the things Brandon Sanderson is really known for is his world building, which I think is one of the most important elements in a book, especially a fantasy or sci-fi book. In my opinion, the most important thing is characters. A book can have a pretty cliche plot and okay world building, but if the characters are great, I'm still probably going to love that book. Also, something that I think is really cool is every single one of his books are connected, and they take place in the same universe called the Cosmere, and I'll leave a link down below to a video of one of his fans explaining it, and it's crazy. You just have to watch it. It's so cool. The next author is Leigh Bardugo, author of the Grisha trilogy and Six of Crows, which is a spin-off but also kind of a continuation. I don't really know. The main reason I want to read her books is because of all the hype that Six of Crows has been getting. I'm still kind of shocked at myself that I haven't picked up Six of Crows, because I don't know if you were around BookTube a few months ago, but this book, when it came out, just blew up. Like, there were fans of the Grisha trilogy, but there were also some people who were like, yeah, it's good, but it's not great, and then Six of Crows just blew up. And the sequel is coming out this fall, I believe. I've heard that her characters in Six of Crows are incredible, and it's just a massive cast, and I love me some massive casts, and so I'm really excited to read Leigh Bardugo. The next author I have is one whose books I also do not have, and that is V.E. Schwab, author of The Archived, The Darker Shade of Magic series, and Vicious. The thing that I think she's most known for is A Darker Shade of Magic, and supposedly her world building is just incredible, and her books are just supposed to be like the greatest thing ever. And I don't know if you can tell from my shelves, but I love me some good fantasy, so I'm super excited to read her books. One of her books that really intrigues me is Vicious, which from what I've heard is in the point of view of 2 different characters who are at odds, but there isn't really a clear good guy. They're kind of both evil, and so I want to read that and see, am I going to flip-flop back and forth on whose side I'm on? I don't know, it just sounds really, really cool. The last author I have is Morgan Rhodes, author of the Fallen Kingdom series and also the Book of Spirits and Thieves series, which is the kind of prequel spin-off series to this. This series is going to be 6 books. The 5th book is coming out this December, and I really need to get started on it pretty soon if I don't want to just have this massive pile of her books to read, so I need to just start the series before there's just like 1,000 books of hers. This is also a series that supposedly has just a huge cast of characters. I think I read the first chapter or so of this, and it was pretty awesome. And so I need to get on this soon because it's not that big, and I think it would be a quick read from what I've heard. I've really not heard any negative things about this series or Morgan Rhodes, so that is definitely a plus. So that is it for the 5 authors that I want to read most. Obviously, like I said, there are others that I still need to read, but these are the ones that just stuck out in my mind where I'm like, I have to read their books sometime soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys the next time that I see you. Caw-caw!